Netflix has created a huge hit with Miles Miller and Alfred Goff's Wednesday. Not only has the show been a critical darling, but it's also been consistently trending on social media thanks to the iconic dance sequence and Jenna Ortega's solid performance. Another thing that people just can't stop talking about is the shocking ending. And get this, it's been finally revealed how the creators managed that. Well, that's exactly what we'll be talking about in today's video. Starting off, who the Hyde actually is. Alright, spoiler alert, Tyler ended up being the Hyde. Okay, our apologies to Xavier, who gets arrested in episode 7 for the monster spree after our girl Wednesday thinks he's the real culprit. Yes, we know, even the smart girl detectives can be wrong sometimes. After all, the evil mastermind is controlling everything behind the shadows here. Tyler's monstrous lineage can be traced back to his mother, who was also a Hyde. That's why she was banned from entering the gates of Nevermore Academy. You see, they aren't allowed to get enrolled at the academy because of their unpredictable nature. Speaking of the situation, Hunter Doohan, who plays Tyler, thinks that the character was actually terrified of being a Hyde at first. The showrunners Goff and Miller also agreed with him on this. They believe that he actually gradually comes to enjoy his monstrous alter ego, as well as his ability to fool someone as smart as his love interest, Wednesday. The actor further added that if you do a scene where you need to lie to someone, you do it in the best way you can, because it's a part of real life. And that's how he approached his scenes, with true sincerity, and acted as if he was trying to win Wednesday's affection. What's more, the show's writers think that Wednesday is attracted to Tyler's dark side, whether she realizes it or not. And it was very on brand for her when she discovered that she'd been drawn to a serial-killing monster. Looks like we're in for some more drama, as Tyler isn't done exploring his true nature just yet. Let's talk about Laurel Gates's master plan. Marilyn Thornhill just loves a complicated scheme. Or maybe we should call her by her actual name, Laurel Gates. She's the descendant of Joseph Crackstone, who was a colonial-era pilgrim. He was obsessed with getting rid of all the outcasts from the town of Jericho. No surprise that Gates's family carried on his mission for generations. But when Gomez Adams and Morticia went to Nevermore, Laurel's older brother Garrett tried to poison the Raven Dance and kill the student body. Instead, an accident killed him. Karma, right? In order to avenge her brother's death, Laurel had to fake her own death for years before the events of Wednesday. Then she joined the academy under her assumed name, becoming the first normie teacher at the school. Alfred said that the character hid in plain sight to make sure that her evil plan worked out perfectly. By using her family's knowledge, she found out that Tyler was a Hyde. She helped him unlock his true powers with a plant-based chemical and became his master. Doohan believes that Tyler owes Laurel a huge debt, as she was the first person who revealed the truth about his mother. All this time, he thought that his mother had died of some mental illness, and the fact that his father never wanted to talk about it never helped. Then all of a sudden, he learns the truth. Moving on, Laurel had a well-thought plan. Initially, she forced Tyler to transform into a Hyde and carry out her murderous bidding. But once she gained his complete trust, he willingly followed her evil plan. If you think about it, the Hyde murder plan was twofold. First, they were able to eliminate some outcasts from the town. Secondly, this whole scheme allowed Laurel to collect enough body parts to resurrect Crackstone, who then would help her in killing all the outcasts. Wednesday was the last step in her grand scheme, since it was her ancestor Goody Adams who sealed Crackstone's coffin with a blood lock. And once Laurel got her hands on the blood of Goody's descendant, Wednesday, she was able to free Crackstone, who then wreaked havoc on all the outcasts in the academy. Turns out the odds weren't in her favor this time, because everyone in Nevermore banded together to quickly defeat Crackstone. You shouldn't expect some kind of twist here, because the show writer Miles Miller has confirmed that the Crackstone story is pretty much sealed at this point. That means the end of the season also marks the end of that plotline. He further said that fans can anticipate more misadventures and mysteries for Wednesday in the upcoming season, if they ever happen. Coming up, is Weems dead? Laurel's plan was pretty solid, except for the twist that Principal Weems was a shapeshifter. She She impersonates Tyler and tricks Laurel into revealing her entire plan in front of her. In order to protect her secrets, she ends up killing Weems. Actress Gwendolyn Christie said that she's still shocked by the death of her character. In fact, she never thought that Weems would ever get defeated by something as commonplace as death. But she thinks that the Nevermore principal was just perplexed by the whole situation. No matter her shock, the writers have confirmed that the Nevermore principal is very dead. In fact, they hope that her death caught people off guard, and they were as moved by her loss as Wednesday was. Christie is now curious to find out how her character's death will affect Wednesday, who lost her protector. She now hopes that Nevermore would get someone like Weems again. Up next, who's the stalker? We know that the Crackstone story is done for good, but there are going to be more twists in the story. For instance, the mysterious stalker. In the final scene, Wednesday receives mysterious text from an unknown contact. She receives a few photos of her with her love interests, along with a text saying, "I'm watching you." In a joint cast interview, Jenna pointed to her co-star Emma Myers, who plays Enid, and said that it's probably going to be her. But many also believe that more characters are lining up to reveal their villainous side. So at this point, it could be anyone. The show writers said that they were also anticipating these kinds of theories. After all, not all the loose ends have been tied up, as Wednesday believes. But she also loves the idea of new misadventure. Last but not the least, what will happen in the show's second season? Given the massive success of the first season, it's only natural that fans are already curious about what's coming next. Although Netflix hasn't renewed the show till now, all the signs point to the fact that it's definitely happening. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, show creators reveal that they already have great ideas about how to move forward with the story. Their plan is to further explore and even complicate all the relationships on the show. Alfred said that the Academy got closed when everyone left, which gives them a lot of options for season 2, and they're excited about it. With the season finale ending on some cliffhangers, it ultimately opens the door for a potential second season. It's also the real reason why the creators wanted to tell the story of Wednesday Addams. They believe that the series is all about female friendship, with Wednesday and Enid being at the center of it, and the fact that they really connected with the viewers has been extremely satisfying. Now, they're excited to explore how Wednesday got herself into the whole friendship pool, and what that's going to look like in the future. On top of this, they also want to further explore the dynamic between Morticia and Wednesday. They stated that it'll be interesting for the audience to get to know more about the mother-daughter relationship now that Morticia is aware of the power. Next up, Wednesday fans talk about their expectations for the second season. First off, everyone has been expecting this one storyline from the upcoming season. Ever since the show's debut, the fans just can't stop talking about one story arc, and that's Wednesday and Enid's friendship. Everyone expects it to develop into something more, romantically. As we've seen in the first season, they don't end up together, but looking at all the events, it does set up the possibility of a romance between the two. We'll have to wait and see how that relationship develops in the upcoming seasons. Although the cast is also down for it, the first season looked heterosexual, as there wasn't a single openly gay character. We hope this changes in the next seasons. Enid and Wednesday might be friends for the time being, but many fans believe that our protagonist would be more suited to Enid. You know how opposites attract. What's more is that many fans are already shipping them. In fact, several edited clips of the two have gone viral on social media. Moving on, what does Jenna Ortega think about Winclair? Jenna fully supports the idea of a relationship between Wednesday and Enid. During a premiere event of the show, she gave an interview on the red carpet, saying that Enid and Wednesday would have been a thing in a perfect world. In another interview, she talked about the strong connection between the two characters, and also said that she's fully aware of everyone's hope for a potential romance between them. Speaking to MTV, she took a chance at discussing the future love interests of Wednesday. She said that now Tyler's off the table, Wednesday feels she's off the boys for a while. As for Xavier, she thinks that can only have a sweet platonic relationship. relationship. Last but not the least, what's next for Wednesday and Enid? There's no doubt that their relationship will be at the center as the story continues. Also, the fact that the showrunners won't waste this opportunity to display the amazing on-screen chemistry between the actors. As Wednesday proceeds in her story as an anti-hero, you can expect Enid to be there to balance everything out and give her the ultimate support she needs. Season 2 will probably feature them navigating their life back at Nevermore with a new principal after the death of Weems. Instead of fighting alone, Wednesday finally has someone she can trust to be on her side in case any trouble comes her way. That's a wrap for the video. What are your expectations for the second season of Wednesday? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing and exciting videos like this. See you in the next one.